What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 51 of the Yamcast. 51, right?
51
episodes. Can you believe it? Today, we've got a bit of news from, you guessed it, it wouldn't be a Yamcast if we didn't talk about them, Harley Davidson, baby. Gonna be talking about them for a little bit. And then we've got a weird bit of news from Benelli. Not a manufacturer we talk about very much, but they've got a new bike that we definitely want to go talk about. And then, surprise, surprise, we have a bunch of cool motorcycle racing news. We've got Moto GP legend Marc Marquez winning again. We've got Coda coming back to the United States. We've got Garrett Gerloff making a guest appearance in GP as well. So much cool racing news. And then, of course, we're going to be doing our call-in section this week. We're going to be asking our boys on Discord to call us in and tell us the worst bike they think that exists in the world. What do they think is the worst motorcycle? We have our opinions. We want to hear theirs. And then finally, at the end of it, we got another meme contest where I believe I'm on the chopping block once again.
Yep.
I feel like I've been on the chopping block a lot lately.
I think it's just two.
Just two in a row?
Yeah.
I feel like you're up for the next one, that's for sure. Or maybe we could just get Josh or Whitney and just make fun of them.
I think we have a great memeable moment from me this week.
Sweet. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, with the spring. Yeah, that was good. All right, guys, stick around. It's going to be a good one. Alrighty, Spite, load us up. What's the first bit of news?
First piece of news is Harley Davidson will be unveiling the 1250 Custom on July 13th.
Hell yeah, brother. They should have revealed it on July 4th, brother.
They really should have.
Honestly, they should have. Like, it's not that big of an ask to get it out a week earlier.
I think that this is... we already know it's coming.
Yeah.
We don't have... These are all concept images here.
Oh, okay.
They're not... this is not the production motorcycle, as much as I wish it would, because I think that looks really cool. I also do not believe that this 1250 is going to be the exact same as the Pan Am 1250.
I don't think so either, because they know that for this marketplace, they want torque. You know, so it's probably going to be torque first, less rev happy. But what do you think? Hopefully 130, 140 horsepower?
To be honest, I don't even see it making that. I don't think this is a V-Rod replacement. I think that this is going to be making like 80 and 80 would be my guess.
What?
Because they're
going to have the horsepower from the Pan Am?
They're positioning this motorcycle as a Sportster replacement. And a Sportster is 80 and 80, basically.
I know, but dude.
If they do that, which I'm expecting them to, I'm going to be supremely disappointed.
Yeah.
But
okay, here's my prediction. I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to lob it out there. It's probably completely wrong. I think they're just going to drop the Pan Am engine exactly as it is in there.
If they did that, that's awesome. That's going to be so cool. This is going to be a hell of a motorcycle. But we do have some numbers down here. They're expecting the price to be around 10,000 to 12,000 pounds.
So what, 15, 16 grand US?
Is it even that much?
I don't know the conversion rate right now.
Well, remember, a Sportster was about $12,000. So if this is supposed to be a Sportster replacement, a little bit nicer, maybe 14.
So it's not a kind of lowrider S replacement or those kind of bikes? You think they're going to keep selling the 114 alongside this 1250 Custom bike?
Yes.
Interesting.
I think that this is going to be a drop-in replacement for the Sportster, which I told you.
Just the total one for the 883, the 1200, all Sportster bikes just replaced by just this one 1250 Custom, probably in a couple different flavors.
Yep. And I told everybody out there, the Sportster's dying. It's going away.
Yeah.
They only make 3 of them now.
I feel like I'm lost in some hellish loop where you just keep saying that over and over again. Like I find myself in this room with you and you just going, the Sportster's dying. I feel like you've been saying that since like middle of last year, I think, right?
And last year they had like 6 models. Now they have 3.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna work in the 1250 Custom.
So do you think
they're not gonna keep it around?
It's just gonna be the 1250 Custom with that one engine, and then in a couple different, like maybe a sporty variant, maybe a bobber variant, something like that.
Probably a 975 variant as well.
That would be really fucking cool because they've been talking about that for forever, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Why didn't you make the Bronx?" We're still asking ourselves, why they didn't do that, but whatever.
We're gonna find out. Harley's been pretty upfront about what this engine's all about. They've really been pushing how performance oriented it is. So I have a feeling that when they give us this information about the 1250 Custom, we're going to get horsepower, torque, all that good stuff, because they're really trying to show, hey, look, we made a really good engine.
Yeah.
They're just, let's see, it's 2021 now. They're 6 years behind the times because Indian got it done in 2015.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is, is this going to provide anything that the Indian Scout currently doesn't?
A Harley Davidson badge.
Yep.
I think that's honestly it, unless they do just drop the 1275 or the 1250 from the Pan Am in there, then...
I mean, you have a good point. I hadn't thought about it, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to make 150 horse like the Pan Am.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, would be super cool.
They're not going to do it. I mean...
They're not. Because Harley views their performance cruisers as the big displacement bikes, right? They want to sell you the 159... engorged eagle, whatever the fuck, package that you can put on the bike for 13 grand or whatever. But the 1250 is not, like you said, it's more going to be like that. But at the same time, this tweet here says on July 13th, Harley Davidson will introduce power and performance like you've never experienced during the reveal. That makes me feel like they're going to give it some good amount of juice. It can't be 80 horsepower. I have experienced 80 horsepower several motorcycles, right? You can't tell me that 80 horsepower is like something I've never experienced.
What I would love for this motorcycle to be is a modern V-Rod. They tried with the FXDR. Nobody bought it.
Yeah.
Literally no one bought it. And I think that this, if they get the package set up right, is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
But also, kind of just dunking on that idea of 150 horse, single disc up front. Again, this is a concept, so may not have that full. They may actually put the twin discs up front, maybe get some Brembos on there if it's putting down that kind of power. But
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I could see this going two ways: either check out the new V-Rod or check out this, sort of Sportster thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Harley obviously still wants to bank on the Sportster sales and still wants to capture that audience. But yeah, we'll see if this 1250 Custom gets it done.
When the Sportster goes away, all of you boomers out there are going to be real sad because the girl bike is no longer propping up the sale of your 114 whatever the fucks.
Yep.
You're going to see a big chunk of Harley's revenue just gone.
Yeah. And Spike told you guys that straight to the camera.
I was looking right at you guys.
Right at your soul when he said that. Laying down the tomes of truth over here. But enough Harley Davidson. Let's go to the next bit of news. It's an oddball one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is one I figured we could just pull out the hit and sticks and have some fun with. So, Benelli is making a BMW something or other here. This is a...
Can we just take a moment and look at that bike? That is so ugly.
It's real bad.
What is that, dude?
It's like a mix between a bunch of different sport tourers.
Yeah.
Like it's got the front of a BMW and like the back of a small baby sport touring, sport bike.
Yeah.
I can't tell if those are Brembos on there. They're probably not.
No, probably not. You guys might be confused also. This article is saying here that Benelli has been rolling out new models in its home country of China. And you might say, why is Benelli a Chinese company? That's a crazy name. But a Chinese company actually bought Benelli, which was an Italian manufacturer. And that's why it's now a Chinese company, probably soullessly focused on just trying to make profit. But if you guys don't know, Benelli actually made a couple 3-cylinder motorcycles, if I remember correctly. They made a naked bike that was a 3-cylinder.
That was ugly as hell.
Literally one of the ugliest bikes ever. I remember it was in one of our videos we did. It was disgusting.
So ugly.
So ugly. But apparently they're trying it once again, basically making a 1200 GT sport touring offering, kind of like a... I don't know, like a weird Triumph Tiger 1200 that should have never existed,
Those are Brembos.
Hey, they're Brembo brakes. If you look close, they're Brambos.
Wait, are they?
No, I'm just kidding. Like there's like an off-brand Brembo. They're Brambos.
So it's got 1,209 cubes, which is a big engine.
Yep, big 3-cylinder.
And it is putting down what they call a rather healthy 134 horsepower, as well as gobs of torque, 89 foot-pounds.
Yeah?
I'll give 89 foot-pounds gobs of torque. 134 out of 1,200 cc's is...
Yeah.
And you gotta go back to the drawing board on that one.
I mean, the thing about this is this seems like a bike that, you know, if it came out 5 or 6 years ago would have been cool, but it feels like it's too late to the party, you know?
$15,000.
For that thing?
Yes.
No one's going to buy it.
No. That is ridiculous.
But it's not coming out in the American market, right?
You can get Benellis here.
Can you get the Benelli 1200 GT?
Not yet. It's not out yet. But you could get Benellis here. You can actually buy them at TJ's. They have them on the floor.
That's bizarre.
You want to go get yourself a TNT 600? One of the slowest inline fours ever made?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
You can get it. I think you can get them right now at TJ's.
Yeah. I mean, this very much clearly looks like Benelli taking a whack at some of the BMW Sport Touring offers. I mean, if I squint, it looks like a BMW Sport Touring bike.
Yeah.
One of the K-Series bikes.
Yeah, it really does, but imagine just like how chintzy...
Right over there, Bob's got one right outside. You see that? Mm-hmm. It's the same headlight. It's the same thing.
It's probably because the headlight came out of the same factory. But I think that this, like, you're gonna get in and you're gonna notice how flimsy all the plastics are and the seals aren't gonna be quite right.
Or maybe they'll pleasantly surprise us and it's a good motorcycle. Who the hell knows? You know, I saw down there that it said it was gonna be outfitted with the TFT and some other stuff. You know, GPS.
15-inch. That's pretty big. That's a sizable. That's bigger than some of the KTM's out there. They have giant ones.
15-inch full-color GPS-equipped TFT display. For reference, that's bigger than an iPad. Yeah, hold on a sec. Think about how big... That's like... Yeah, that's as big as a screen here, right? Mm-hmm. That's not going to look good.
No.
That'd be like I'm riding in my laptops just on my gas tank. Like, I'm doing some dyno tuning.
I mean,
what?
That's.
I thought that was a typo because normally it's a 5-inch TFT or a 7-inch at the very most. You're like, whoa, that's huge.
15 is like next level.
15's too big, I think one would say. Look at this. For starters, you can view live feeds from the bike's front and rear-mounted cameras, just like my truck, dude. You can get the views front and back. That's how big this thing is, right? You need sensors on the front. Oh my god.
The one thing they're not telling us is weight. I'd imagine this thing is probably going to be about bus weight.
Yeah, probably 700 pounds if I were to guess.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to have a lot of power to get that 15-inch TFT display going.
Yeah, it definitely. Probably drain the battery in a minute.
I mean, I just can't get past how ugly it is.
I cannot. And this is the funny thing. Like, we try to say that motorcyclists are kind of vain creatures, but you know, imagine if you were to own this motorcycle, and then let's say you meet someone you're interested in. You're like, oh yeah, I ride a motorcycle. Like, oh cool. Like, what is it? And like, you show up to their place, and you're on this.
And they'd be like, you're a giant dork.
Yeah, you're a gigantic dweeb. What is this thing?
I mean, even if you were on a BMW, that's...
At least it's a BMW.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, it's a BMW, you know?
You're going to be like, it's a Benelli. A what?
A who?
I mean, ugh.
The same people that make the farfalle pasta? Yeah, Benelli 1200 GT. Hard pass for me for now.
Yep.
It's 15-inch display.
Yeah, just put it back in. It needs a little bit more time in the oven.
Yeah, absolutely. And now is the final bit of news we want to talk about. We have a bunch of cool racing updates for you guys. And why don't we start off with the big one? Marc Marquez has won once again.
Yes, he has.
Oh, man. And of course he did it at the Sachsenring. Of course he would get it done there.
Securing year number 11.
Yeah.
Of taking first place at the Sachsenring.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not super familiar with MotoGP, Marc Marquez sustained a very, very nasty injury in 2020 at the first round of Jerez last year and was off the bike for a year. Literally did not ride any two-wheel vehicle for like a year. didn't see a checkered flag in GP for even longer because he kept crashing when he came back. So it was a really, really unfortunate turn of fate for Marc Marquez, who was one of the most winning riders ever in history and won in 2019 in the most dominant kind of fashion. But he has won once again. Probably a great ego boost to him, great emotional boost. For a guy that's been coined the Terminator, he showed a lot of emotion, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was 561 days, I think they had.
Something like
was
that,
their
yeah.
stat between his last podium and this one.
It's insane.
Which is a lot.
That's a huge amount of time.
Yeah.
You start to kind of lose the feeling, you know?
Yeah.
You forget what it's like to win, right?
Yeah. And I think this is the thing that's going to really kind of give him the kick in the pants to get back.
Yeah.
You know, you saw him kind of massaging the shoulder after the race, but I think now he's back, and he proved to himself that he's back. He's still dominant at the ring.
Meanwhile, Honda's in the back of the garage being like, what the fuck is going on with our bikes? They're just like, we're glad Marc can ride it, but what the fuck is going on?
Why can't anybody else pilot this thing? I mean,
yeah.
everyone...
I mean, I'll tell you why. It's because Honda's built a program entirely around Marc Marquez.
Yep.
And they were just like, he's baby alien. He can ride whatever. We don't have to worry about building the best bike. He can do it. And he did it over and over and over again. But now they have serious problems. Serious problems. Dude, Pole in his interviews just looks sad. He just looks... he looks lost. He looks confused. He looks sad. He's just like, yeah, we just finished pre-practice, blah, blah. He's just like, there's this droopy face. I'm like, fucking someone help Pole, for God's sake. So yeah, that is Honda's in a dark place, I think, right now.
I think the problem is, like, so everybody wants to ride the Repsol Honda because Marquez was like the winningest rider.
Yeah.
But they didn't realize how kind of a bear the bike was.
Yeah.
Like you saw Alex Marquez got on the factory team last year, and he was a dud.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was a rookie, and yeah, he had that one podium in the rain, but I mean, he
immediately got demoted to LCR.
Yep.
They were like, no, no, this is not working. But I think what a lot of guys who have been second fiddle to Marc Marquez in the Repsol Honda garage have realized very painfully is that the Repsol Honda garage is built to support Marc. If you're the second guy in Repsol Honda,
it doesn't matter.
You're not there you're not a title contender. You're there to support Marc.
Yep.
The Repsol Honda team is Marc, and that's why they signed that gargantuan deal with him. I think it's like a 4-year, $100 million contract or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious that they signed that. Then he's like, yeet, and he just broke his arm. And they're like, oh, our ROI on this is so bad. They're like, come on, get on Instagram. Come on, sell some shit. Come on, please. It's just really funny. But it's great to see him back and winning, and it was, I don't know, I wouldn't say I shed a tear, but it was emotional. I was like, this is awesome, you know, like this fucking poor guy has been, it's a really cool sports story.
Yeah.
You know, to see this comeback and to see him win again.
And to see him be as dominant as he was.
Yeah.
And that his mentality is still there. I saw the rain, and I rode harder.
Yeah, like so crazy in his post-race interview to be like, yeah, the water droplets start coming down, and I was like, this is my race, and I started pushing harder. I'm like, you're fucking crazy, dude. Like, no one can do what you do on a bike. It's nuts. Absolutely crazy. It's great to see Marc back in action, and hopefully he's going to snag some more podiums. We will see, but the Honda is not doing well.
One podium he might snag, Coda.
Yeah, which, as we know, is back on the calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, GP is coming back to America. Finally. After a long drought in 2020, we will have Coda in October. I think October 3rd, right? Mm-hmm. Coming back here to Circuit of the Americas. As you guys know, we are based here in Austin, so we will 100% be there for that. So I will get the passes. I will be there for the races. No doubt about it. How stoked are you?
I am so excited.
Yeah.
It is so much fun going to a GP event as a motorcyclist because you ride out to Coda and they have this entire parking lot behind the back straight that's just filled with motorcycles.
Yeah.
And it's a mecca.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, it's
like holy ground. You know? It's like we're all here, like There's just these guys that are the tippy top of the fucking pyramid when it comes to riders in the world, you know.
And it's really just kind of a fun celebration of motorcycles, really. And you get to see some really cool races.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be so cool to see him back at COTA.
I was listening to a podcast for another GP thing, and they were talking about how they were excited if GP were to come back to Austin because they said that nobody parties quite like Texans. Mm-hmm. They were like, honestly, Austin is the best after party of any event. I was like, nice. I was like, I could see that. Yeah. My favorite thing about the Circuit of the Americas GP is that the podium hats are cowboy hats.
Yep.
It's so fun.
And
man.
the trophy's horns.
Yeah, it's great. It's just great. Yeah, I love that we always got to make it a little different and special. But we are super stoked that COTA is going to be a GP calendar track again this year. Super, super excited. And speaking of GP, one last cool bit of news about that too that we've just seen today is Garrett Gerloff, World Superbike rider who came up through CMRA and Moto America, American rider, is going to be piloting Franco Morbidelli's GP machine in Assen this coming weekend that we are filming this. By the time this goes live, you guys will have known how he did. Maybe he got a podium. Maybe he qualified. Who the fuck knows, right? But how cool is that Garrett Gerloff is going to be on a GP machine? It sucks for Frankie because he has knee surgery, I think.
Yeah.
But it's so awesome to see it, you know? We're going to have an American in GP for at least one race.
Yeah, I really would like to see, you know, American riders figure out how to get back into GP.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously our system isn't quite there. We don't have that, you know, cradle to, you know, GP situation.
You know, we're starting to, though.
Mm-hmm.
In Moto America, they've started a mini cup series and there's rider training programs. I wouldn't be surprised if in 15 years or so we start seeing more Americans sprinkled in as we've done a similar kind of Spanish, you know, like as you said, just like little training ground to get them to GP.
Yep.
I mean, what is it? Fabio was in the CEV championships when he was like 14, I think. I mean, 14 years old.
Been racing forever.
Yeah, racing forever, yeah. One last bit of GP. Let's self-indulge here a little bit. Tell me one thing that you're kind of thinking about or interested in GP. What's swirling in your brain? Is it KTM's Assurgence kind of rise?
I cannot believe the difference that the frame made for the RC16.
Miguel, 3 podiums in a row.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how like if they'd have given him that frame from day one, he'd be championship contender. I mean, he still is.
Technically, yeah.
But he's a long shot. But if he keeps taking podiums like this, he's gonna move up. I mean, he basically annihilated Zarco and Miller. Yeah. In like a lap. He knocked them both out.
And you look at, I mean, the gap from and the Yamaha's really struggled in Sachsenring in a way that I don't think a lot of people expected, and Fabio did a great job to get third, but I mean Miguel was 4.5 seconds ahead of Fabio. That's a gap. It's a fucking gap, you know.
And freaking Vinales.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up is Yamaha's got to figure something out with Vinales immediately. I cannot imagine the conversations they're having right now with him. Like, imagine the Japanese management just being like, dude, you gotta get your shit together.
You gotta do it now.
We gave you the new crew chief. We gave you a massage. You made fun of our bikes on social media, and we just took it like a bunch of cucks. But I mean, the Vinales situation at Yamaha is terrible, and it's weird because you think about it. Where would Vinales go?
Nowhere.
I know. Like, where would he go? Right? If you were to just say he's gone, right? Where would he go?
I mean, I guess
he's a factory rider, so he has to go to another factory. He's not going to go to Satellite. That's a demotion, unless you're Rossi, who's also on his way out. He needs to be out.
I don't see. He's not going to get picked up by a Ducati team. He's not going to get picked up by KTM.
He's not going to get picked up by Suzuki. He used to ride for Suzuki. They're not going to bring him back in.
Especially not with, you know, Mir doing his thing and maybe Rins doing his thing.
Rins' thing is crashing at this point.
Yeah, I think that they would sooner pick up Morbidelli than Vinales.
Vinales could maybe go to Aprilia, but I don't see that. I think he would view that as a demotion.
I think, honestly, at this point, Aprilia's like, no thanks, we'll stick with Aleix.
Yeah, Aleix is doing fine.
Oh, poor Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick's in a hard way. But enough GP talk because we don't want to alienate everybody on the Yamcast. Let us now move over to the call-in portion of our podcast. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the call-in portion of the podcast. If you guys didn't know, we stream the Yamcast live every week, and so if you wanted to hang out with us and chat with us, the best way to do that is join over on yamanoob.co. Get yourself a membership over there. You get signed up on our Discord server, and then you can call us in on the podcast and be featured on the Yamcast, which is pretty cool. And so now, without further ado, to the Discord, boys. If you press and hold Spite's name on Discord, we will get a call in for you, and then we will chat about the worst bikes ever made.
And starting us off, we got Millennial Malaise ready to go.
All right. Millennial Malaise, as often, you are the first caller, very keen to call in. Today we were talking about the worst bikes ever made. What have you got for us?
I would say besides the venerable Gixxer 250, for me, I think like the worst bikes, and this comes like as like someone who's gone through like college, you know, like it, you know, when like they have the textbooks and stuff where like all they do is change a few of the math problems around and then sell you like the new book for like the old book.
Yeah, for like $800 or whatever.
Yeah. So like for me, like the worst bikes are the bikes where they don't really change anything.
So all of Suzuki's bikes.
Yeah.
Entire Suzuki lineup.
Starting us off strong today, just putting Suzuki on blast. Every single motorcycle they make is awful.
I made fun of the DRZ in the DRZ Boys channel, where I saw the new release for the DRZ. They were like, the new 2022 model year has a new paint scheme and is relatively unchanged.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just the worst. But like, yeah, it's like, come on, like give me something, Suzuki. At least fuel injection, like please.
Yeah, and it's tough though, because from Suzuki's angle, their bikes are really good. That's the problem. Like, they still win races. They're still competitive. They still sell them pretty well. The R&D has been paid for like 40 years ago on a lot of these models. So there's really no incentive to change or do anything. But yeah, I feel you. It's like any bike that hasn't changed very much in the last like 10 years, you're like, come on.
Well, and it's like the way that I see it is like, I just like for manufacturers to like kind of like push the envelope. Like, I think like when I think about that, I think of like Aprilia and KTM, you know, like they've improved leaps and bounds on like stuff like reliability, just like making a good bike that's like relatively affordable. Like you still pay the Euro tax, but still in terms of like compared to what they used to be, it's insane how far they've come.
I'm hoping that Aprilia and KTM keep going further and further, and that way Honda has to think about doing crazy shit like they used to in the 90s. Like Honda just comes out and just be like, here's a 32 valve motorcycle, and everyone's like, nobody asked for this.
They're like, too bad, here you go. And it's $50,000.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I want batshit insane Honda stuff again. Like,
yeah. Well, if they keep losing in GP, they'll have to try something. So
exactly. All right, funny, like on the just to briefly touch on the Benelli 1200 GT.
Oh yeah.
I think that they have the perfect opportunity to come up with like a really, really killer sales jargon and be like introducing the Benelli 1200 GT, a whole new meaning to riding shotgun.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, lean on the gun thing. They could do that. Yeah.
I mean, why not? You know, it's like forget what's the other motorcycle manufacturer that like makes a shit ton of different stuff.
Yeah, Husqvarna.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good afternoon, y'all.
All right. Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it.
Alrighty. Next up, we've got Goon Blaster.
All right.
Who is muted. So,
Goon Blaster, you are on the Yamcast. We are talking about the worst bikes ever made today. What have you got for us?
Oh man, first time just joining, first time calling in. I already get on. Awesome. Glad
beautiful.
To be here.
Look at that. New members take notice. This guy shows up, first time caller. This is great. Love it.
So this is all about by perspective. Worst bike to me that I've ever ridden, even though it's a good looking bike and I love it, is a 1971 Ducati Monza Junior.
Ducati
160
Monza
single
Junior.
cell. 160 single cell with 11 horsepower.
He's gonna make
By
all the
standards.
small bike fetishists very angry on the Discord.
that it's kind of like a 1970s Honda Grom. It struggles to get to 55 miles an hour. And
it looks like it would. Yeah, we just
started.
pulled it up here on Google. We're taking a look at it because I actually have never seen this motorcycle before. It just looks like an ancient little bike. You know, it looks like a kind of a 60s ancient bike.
It's like a monkey.
Yeah, what did you not like about it, I guess?
One, it's actually a really small frame to ride on, probably just a little bit bigger than a Grom.
Oh, okay.
And it has a dual-sided shifter, and it will find a neutral between every gear.
That's Ducati for you.
Hey, that's a feature.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, but yeah, that's basically the worst one for me. But I did have like a question or a story out of the one. While I'm on.
Hey, why not? Go ahead.
That's the point. All right. Well, I guess because I hear about people new riders all the time. Just quick story, and everybody could relate to it. Some people can. About starting out is like, I guess I did it the wrong way by everybody's account. Year and a half ago is when I started riding. Went through a bad breakup. Was like, all right, well, I thought about buying a motorcycle for years. I'm finally gonna do it. Mm-hmm. Friday night, I see a bike come up for sale at the local dealership. Saturday morning, I go in, I sit on it, I say yes, I put my name on it. Sunday, I read the North Carolina handbook. Monday, I go to the DMV and get my permit. And Tuesday, I go to the dealership and to pick up the bike. And I've never ridden a bike before.
Man, and what did you buy?
Hopped on it. A 2008 Ninja 650R.
Oh, that's a good bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you got like an R1 or something.
Freeway.
But yeah.
No, I need to upgrade because I've actually crashed the bike 3 times in the past year and a half.
All right.
But no, because found a fast group, learned to ride, and because I hear a recurring theme come up in the podcasts, I've been listening to a lot of them. Is some people are saying like, man, how do I learn? How do I prepare for the freeway? How do I do this? How do I recover from a crash? And like everything I've done in the past year and a half, it's just, you just got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. It sounds like such silly advice, but yeah, just jump on the bike and just do it. Because the highway thing is funny because, like, you know, there's nothing stopping you from just doing it. Like, you know everything you need to do to ride the bike and get it up to speed and get on the highway. So just, you know, grab those gears and get up to speed. There's nothing else to do but to do it, you know?
That's the only thing you can do, really.
Yeah.
So, one thing about Moto GP real quick is...
it's tugging at my heartstrings.
Why... I asked this a while, and I kind of know why they don't. But it'd be cool if they did. Why doesn't BMW compete in Moto GP? I mean, they've made the S1000RRs for a while, then the HP4, and now the M1000RR. They make all these the best performing machines, but they won't join GP.
It's a variety of reasons. Like BMW already competes in World Superbike, and you know, I think for them developing and bringing on an entire MotoGP program is just hella money. Yeah. And not to say that BMW doesn't have money. They're a very big company, but I think they just like selling BMW GSs and doing some other stuff, you know. I think it's a similar story why Kawasaki doesn't do it either. I mean, Kawi's a huge company, but they're not in GP because they're just like, we can't justify the expense. It is so expensive to run a MotoGP program.
Yep.
That I just think they just don't think it's worth it, you know. They could do it. I bet they have plenty of engineers and could develop a bike and try to see how it could go, but yeah, I think for them, they just don't feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate the call. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
All righty. Next up, we have Infernal Saxon.
Infernal Saxon, welcome to the Yamcast. Today we are talking about the worst bikes ever made. What have you got for us?
Hey guys, how's it going? I need 1 second to get to a quieter area.
Oh, no worries. I wonder what he's doing.
Yeah.
I like to imagine he's just like at a very important like wedding or like he's at a date with his girlfriend. He's just like he's like, excuse me, just leaves the table.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm at work.
Oh, even better. We were joking that you were at dinner with your girlfriend or something, and you just got up from the table, and you're like, the Yamcast boys need me, and you just left.
That's fine. No, I was wondering who put up that Ninja 250 versus Gixxer 250 because I learned a while back there are turbo kits for the Ninja 250.
Are there really?
Yeah.
Dude, we could just get a Ninja 250
Chinese
turbo
made.
kit and just fit it up to the Gixxer then.
Probably, yeah.
That's a great idea. You've just planted a very good seed in my brain. Thank you.
Another question I had have you guys tried out the new generation Ninja 1000 SX?
Not yet, but people say that that's a really, really good motorcycle. The new Ninja 1000 SX?
They're kind of slow for a 1000, but
Sport touring bike. You know, it's not designed to rip your hair on fire, but
It may be kind of slow, but the power is so linear on that thing.
yeah. Have you ridden one recently, or do you own one? Is that why you're asking?
I rode one recently because I had been itching because my bike's in the shop, and I kind of fell in love. Yeah, they're comfortable. It was nice. Felt low effort cruising at low speeds. Just real nice.
So, man, if that's calling to you, then you should figure out a way to get one. I've often said that if you ride a bike and you keep thinking about it, there's definitely something about that motorcycle, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I still have payments on my Scout. I put a decent chunk down on it, but I still have to make some payments.
Just nuke your personal financial situation and get the bike you want. Do it. Put it on a credit card. Who cares?
Well, there was that, and then got rear-ended a while back. Had to get a new car. Same month I got the Scout.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
So now I have a Frontier 2.5 liter.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the idea about the Ninja 250 Turbo kit. I'm definitely going to look those up. I'm actually going to put a note on my computer so I don't forget.
Ninja 250 Turbo.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Yes, have a good night.
All right, later. Seriously,
Next
I'm
up-
Googling it right now.
Next up, we've got Expecto Delito.
Expecto Delito, you are on the Yamcast. Today we are talking about the worst bikes ever made. What have you got for us?
Hey guys, how's it going? First time caller.
Oh, sweet.
So
Good to talk to you.
maybe not the worst bike ever made, but the worst bike I've ever owned is actually one that y'all have memed on before, the Versus 650.
Oh,
yeah.
Here we go.
Now-
Here we go. We're going to make everyone really upset.
It's not objectively awful, right? It's a fine motorcycle. It travels.
This
it
is
goes.
This is what we've been saying.
Yeah.
This is what we've been saying
But it-
about the Versus 650.
But
Jesus
it's
Christ, man.
It's incredibly boring in every
Thank you.
possible way you could.
Thank you. Give the man a round of applause.
Validation.
The first bike that I ever owned was an FZ6, and I put 50,000 miles on that thing over almost 10
FC6s
years.
are cool.
I
Dude.
loved
Yeah,
it.
those are badass
It was
bikes.
a fun bike. It was fast. It was great. It was fun. And then when I moved to my next bike after the motor blew itself up, I wanted something more utilitarian, something a little bit more usable every day. And I think I went too far.
Dwight and I just both shaking our heads at you saying that. Just usable everyday drive. You fucking scum.
It was. I figured, okay, the biker lifestyle is for me. That's fine, cool. I'm gonna be a real biker. And then I realized that what I liked about being a biker was going fast and having fun.
Heck
And that,
yeah, dude.
The Versus wasn't doing it.
Thank you.
So I owned it for about 3 months before it got wrecked by some Tesla that decided that my lane was his lane. And I honestly didn't regret it when insurance totaled it out.
Man, that's how you know you really didn't give a fuck about a bike.
Yeah.
Where it gets totaled and you're like, whatever. Feel
Thank
nothing.
goodness.
Feel nothing about it. I think in my personal stable right now, if any of my bikes got totaled, I'd be really sad. I'd be like, damn, I lost like a good bike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine the SMCR got totaled.
Oh my God, I'd be so
You'd
sad.
be in a deep depression. I'd be like, take all the PTO time you need.
And then I'd come back with a Super Duke.
Yeah. But I appreciate you saying that about the Versus 650. I'm gonna clip this moment and probably put it on Instagram and just like let everyone know that you as a Versus 650 owner called in and told me that it sucked and was boring. Thank you.
It was fine in every possible way, but a motorcycle can't just be fine. It's got to light some sort of fire.
Exactly. Like life is short, man. Like put some seasoning on your food.
Yeah.
You know, don't just have fucking French fries with salt on them. Put something on there.
Yeah, there was no seasoning at all. But I just pulled the trigger on a Jixus 1000, so.
Oh,
there
nice.
you go.
Yeah, we just rode one of those recently. That's a great bike.
Oh, your suggestion was half the reason I ended up going for that one, or at least looking
Suzuki,
at it.
where's my check, dude? Where's my check, Suzuki? Out here selling bikes. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's getting delivered on Friday, so I'll let you know.
That is awesome. We'll drop is it one of the brand new ones with the updated looks and all that?
No, it's the 20 because I got a monster deal on it. It was like $9,600 out the door after tax and fees.
Fucking hell.
So cheap.
That's insane. $9,600 for 2020 Jixus style, brand new, I assume, right?
Yeah, brand new, 3 miles on it.
Oh my God.
That's a screaming deal for that bike. That's a good motorcycle for $9,600, dude. Hats off. Congrats.
No, thank you. Anyway, thanks for taking my call. You guys have a good one.
Thanks, man. See you later.
Alrighty, next up we
I feel like
have...
that was his first call. We gave him a lot of energy, you know, and that was really good. Yeah.
As soon as you validated our feelings about the Versus.
A surge came through me. It was so good.
Next up we have Fog.
Oh, nice. Hey there, Fog. You are on the Yamcast. Today we're talking worst bikes you've ever ridden or you think were ever made. What have you got for us?
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Excellent. Yeah, so, the truth is in the eye of the beholder. I just wanted to call in and say that in my humble opinion, the worst bike ever made is any of the carbureted Harleys that populate the area around me without a fuel-injected bike in sight while I was shopping for my first motorcycle over the past month.
That is dangerous to say because a lot of the FXRs are carbureted, and FXR people are like, they're even more vitriolic and defensive about their motorcycle than the Vulcan 650 boys are.
They are.
Like I poked fun at an FXR guy, and he was like, "No, dude, do you even understand? It's the best frame that Harley ever made. It's the one that Buell used in his bikes." I'm like, okay, calm down. It's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the carbureted Harleys they're everywhere.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, I mean, I just, didn't want to, I'm not about that life as a first-time buyer. So I ended up getting a Triumph America instead from a neighbor. But I was on the hunt for like a solid month just trolling Craigslist, looking for something. And I found one from 2014, a Sportster. I'm referring to Sportsters here, at a dealership that was like 40 miles away, and it just wasn't feasible to go out there and look at it. I had this other thing that was available right down the street. So again, my humble opinion, just something that was frustrating me over the past month. I submitted to both of you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. What part of the country are you in that you said that there's just carbureted Harleys around you? That sounds like a hellhole that I would not like to be near.
I'm on the East Coast. Kind of a hoity-toity, yuppie, central sort of place around me that I kind of no. God no, God no.
You said hoity-toity. I was like, it's probably Connecticut.
It's a good guess, but no. I sort of conned my way in here, and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop and them to figure out that I don't belong here. But it was so strange. I mean, I was actually watching y'all's videos, and you were like, you can pick up a Harley, Sportster for a few grand, and I was like, cool, go on Craigslist. No such luck.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on whatever market you're in. What would you say, like a normal Sportster goes for, like $5 or $6 grand?
Around here, you can get a Iron 880. Well, you can't do it anymore because of the way the power sports market is right now.
Yeah.
But before quarantine, you could get 883s for like $4 grand with like 1,000 miles on them.
And then you can subject yourself to 3 or 4 days in the garage and turn them into a 1275 Sportster if you hate yourself.
Yeah. That was a journey.
just putting that out there if you want to do that.
And then
do you ever think that we've done all these things to these bikes, and we've not actually improved any of our mechanical abilities? How sad is that?
Yep.
We're not getting any better wrenching on bikes, but what's going on?
We had to stop and be like, wait a minute, are we supposed to have leftover bolts after we replaced the Aprilia's exhaust?
Oh God, it's a disaster.
I thought that video that you guys did, upgrading, I guess, that Harley, I thought that was impressive. So kudos to both of you. I actually wanted to ask.
It was really Spite more than me. I was just eating falafel and hanging out, but yeah.
Hey. That's the supervisor position, right?
Yeah.
No, so I actually wanted to ask, sort of in the vein of some of what you were memeing on earlier when you were talking about your own mechanical abilities. I'm very new to all this. What was the process for starting to do your own maintenance on your own bikes, and eventually getting to a point where you could do it on camera and maybe after a couple of takes not screw it up? Was it something that you were wrenching on them from the jump, or was it more of a ramp up?
Man, when I got my first couple motorcycles, all I really did was I just had like some tools, and I was like, I think I can do an oil change, and like I started there, started small and that kind of stuff. But to your point about it being on camera, if you go back in the vault and watch the Hentai Hornet series, you will learn how much mechanical ineptitude I had and continue to have, and camera ineptitude as well. I would just point the camera at my ass while I was just doing stuff with an impact gun on the bike, and Spite is laughing because he remembers because he was on the Discord at the time. And so having a camera person actually filming the right things really helped after some time. But no, I really didn't. I mean, people made fun of me. I had kitchen knives in the garage that I'd bring out and do stuff with. I mean, it was a disaster. And I for some reason had enough confidence to be like, this is fine. I'll post this for thousands of people to see that I'm just doing, because I have no sense of shame, I suppose. Yeah. Spite, your answer?
I just started winging it, man. I wing it. I literally, I was about 400 miles in on my Harley when I ripped the exhaust off and was like, I'm going to debaffle it. And then I spent an hour in the garage trying to debaffle this stupid thing. Went out and bought a Dremel, spent another 4 hours trying to debaffle it. Then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go buy a slip-on.
Yeah.
And then that's how it all started.
Yeah. So for you, Fog, who is kind of just starting out, you'll find that a lot of it is just winging it, and then frustration, and then inevitable growth and learning through the valley of despair. Wrenching on bikes is something that I don't even know, man. Like, it just, over time, it's a hatred and a love of doing it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've reached that kind of point where with the DRZ, I did the oil change today, and I think I got it done. That was my record fastest oil change that I did today. I just kind of cranked it out. And when I was working on it, I was like, I had some music going, I was just chilling, and I kind of enjoyed just working on the bike.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I kind of rebuilt the race bike. It was just day after day of just chipping away at it, slowly but surely. But yeah, you'll build it up, Fog. Don't worry.
Right on. Well, thanks for the answer, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Thanks, man.
Check out that video series.
See you later. He's gonna love when he gets to that series and I snip the H plug.
Oh, dude, I still remember that. You had the camera pointed right at the headlight mount and you cut it with the scissors. I was like, no. Oh, that was painful.
Yeah.
All right, rounding us out here, we have Germinate 2 Boy.
Germinate 2 Boy. It's your time in the sun. You're our last caller for the night. I'm sure it's very late in Germany. We were talking about the worst bikes ever. What do you got?
Yeah. So for what I'll say, you need some. I think you need to understand the context, because there is no shame in building a bad bike. I think if you don't know better, like Suzuki is building bad bikes, but they just don't know better. Like Royal Enfield is building.
I think they do know better. Suzuki does know better. They just choose not to because they hate us.
But hear me out. Imagine it is 2018, and a certain manufacturer that builds green bikes comes out with an upgrade to the Ninja 300, the Ninja 400. Then it's 2020, and Yamaha says, okay, how are we going to counter that? Oh, right, we're going to build the same bike again. And they release an R3 that's literally the same. Just 42 horsepower, while the Ninja 400 is just brand new bike, like 4 or 5 horsepower stronger, lighter bike.
Man, you'd
That's why
almost
I'm
think
saying,
that this guy's a Ninja 400 simp.
Yeah, you'd almost think that Germany 2-Boy owns a 400 and just wants to publicly simp about it.
Yeah, but I also have like a motorcycle, an old motorcycle that's actually bad because my dad told me about that. A Benelli 250C, like a 250 twin two-stroke bike
Well,
from the 80s.
if it's a two-stroke, it can't be that bad, but maybe...
Wait a second. My dad bought it, and the same day he bought it, he brought it back to the dealer and left with the Suzuki because he just said the bike was atrocious, did not work. And later that night, the dealership he bought that Benelli actually burned down.
That's actually really funny. It's just like he brings it back and the Benelli's just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's just everything goes up in flames.
And he said the bike, like the bike is a kickstart bike, of course, and it just wouldn't start. And it was brand new when he bought it. Like it had, I think, 3-4 kilometers on it.
Man, yeah, that's pathetic. But I feel like back in the day, that was almost acceptable because bikes were built to such a crummy standard, like in the 60s and 70s, that, you know, sometimes you would just get home and it's like, oh, the valves are out of spec or it won't kickstart, and it was just like normal, and every motorcyclist had to be like a friggin' mechanic, you know?
Yeah. But he bought that bike in 1982, so...
Oof.
Whoops.
That's rough.
Yeah.
But that's funny. He drove it back and just immediately got a Suzuki. That's great.
Yeah, he just swapped it for a GSX 550, I think.
Nice.
It was. Yeah, that was a great bike.
Yeah,
like I
so
remember that thing.
We were
before
dunking on Benelli earlier, and
Yeah.
now it's come back again full circle. Benelli, worst bike ever, except for the Versus 650.
I wanted to call and say versus 650 or versus 1000, but yeah. Then I got that i3 idea.
Yeah, too much of a meme at that point. Also, we're just going to make Ari Henning sad talking so much shit about the Versus 650. I'm sorry, Ari. He has one up for rent in California if you guys want to go and check it out, but I would not ride it if you paid me.
Tell him how you really feel.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right, Germany 2-Boy, we'll let you get some sleep. I know it's late there in Germany.
Yeah. I'm gonna just stay up for the meme contest and then I'm out then.
Gonna slowly slip off into the slumber. All right, man, we'll catch you there.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, folks, that is going to conclude the call-in portion of the podcast. We're now going to move over to the meme portion of the podcast. And remember, if you want to see the memes, you got to go to YouTube. So if you're listening to this on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts, you got to go to YouTube and check it out and see the memes. That's very, very important. So we'll see you there. Alrighty, folks, welcome to another week of the meme contest here on Yammy Noob on the Yamcast. This week we have the chopping block is me. I'm on the chopping block. And the photo, I believe, is me on the WR in the field of flowers, right?
Yep. The very Sound of Music-esque.
Yeah, which that's how I feel when I ride that bike. It's like everything is perfect and everything is crystal clear and there's beautiful music playing.
It's almost like dual sports are good.
It's almost like dual sports are just fun and good, and you should just have one. Everyone should have one because they're awesome. But yeah, as usual, today we are judging them on quality and funniness, and we've got 15 solid entries. Is that right?
We got 15. We actually got a lot more. So there are some folks who are going to be sad that they are not in, but you did not get it in time. So there's your
I do
problem.
wonder in the future if we want to adjust those rules, because that does favor quickness of meme rather than quality. Maybe it takes some time.
Well, that's why I do a 24-hour hold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
always
that.
like do 24 hours but before.
Nice.
And I was strict this week. Some folks got their memes in early, and I told you they were disqualified if you got them in early.
You just flat out just like, this meme cannot be entered now.
Yep, that was in the rules.
Damn.
So,
all right, well, let's get it started.
starting us out, we had Shane with us set up in what is this? The Last Supper.
The Last
painting.
Supper. I think it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's like I love memes like this where it's like it's not it's just kind of funny. Like it's just like a simple placement of something, you know. I love how Yami-chan's in the corner there too. Got to bring her back into the fold, do something fun. Although I feel like it's like this close to people just being weird about it, you know? Like this close to just developing Yami-chan hentai or something, and I'm like, oh God, why is this happening?
That you know that's going to happen.
You know, I know it's going to happen. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, knowing our fan base. But my God, I like this meme.
Yeah,
it's different than what you'd normally see.
So for this one, quality.
I think the quality's nice on it. We both fit really, really well in it.
Yeah.
And I like how I have a little red circle around me, as if it's like something you're finding in the Last Supper, a la like National Treasure or something, you know?
That would be the first Dan Brown Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, exactly.
Not National Treasure.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I got my nerdy. I love both of those movies, so I know exactly.
So I'm gonna give it for quality. How about a 7?
A 7.
I liked it.
And funniness.
Yeah, not super funny. How about a 4?
A 4.
Yeah, I didn't get a chuckle out of it. I thought it was more like interesting. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Next up, we got Captain Destructo, who we spoke to earlier.
Okay, Captain Destructo has Joe Biden feeling me up, and it says, Spite, come get me, I'm scared.
I love how well this works. Like,
yeah.
The way it's cut up, it fits great.
I just look so pleased that he's feeling me up. He does do that. I've seen lots of clips of him coming up behind people and smelling them and grabbing them. It's kind of weird, but hey, we're not getting political here, but there are clips of Joe Biden doing that. It's kind of bizarre. All right, let's judge this one.
Quality.
I think this is a good Photoshop job.
Yeah.
I want to give it at least a 7, I think.
I think a 7.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Pretty good chuckle. How about a 6?
A 6. That is a 13 for Captain Destructo. Next up, we have our first clip, and it is Ride Red, Bleed Blue.
We need audio?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Oh, by the way, if it is muted, that is because we have some folks that may have used copywritten stuff. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So, just so you know if you're watching at home.
Alrighty, everyone, this one's been a long time coming, possibly the most requested bike ever to be featured on the channel. This is our new giveaway WR250R.
Yes! Yes! Someone found it!
And now it's kind of my motorcycle.
I think a lot of people don't believe that was the story, but that really is the story. Like, the WR was going to be a giveaway bike, and I remember when we got it, I was like, damn, I love this bike so much, I'm going to get another one so it can be mine. And then I looped it, and I was like, I just feel bad giving this away. And we were thinking about it. We're like, should we just get another one? And I was like, no, let's try a cash prize. It was we thought about it a lot, but it is the true story of what happened.
And you ganked it up pretty good in that little loop.
I did, yeah.
Bent the handlebars, broke a bunch of stuff.
I'm just glad someone found the loop clip, because I see it all the time. It's like, did you get yourself, on film looping? And I was like, I sure did. I sure did, baby. It was a weird loop too, because it didn't go backwards. I was going too slow, and it fell like sideways almost. It was a strange loop. I didn't keep my weight centered on the back wheel. I forgot that when you're going really slow doing a wheelie, you gotta keep straight. You can't pivot the weight this way or this way, because it'll go.
Yep.
Yeah. So, lessons learned. Hard lessons learned.
Yep. On the asphalt.
Yeah.
Sure, that was fun. So for Ride Red, Bleed Blue, quality here.
I think the quality's pretty good. He edited a whole video. How about a 8 or 7.5?
See, I'm not sure if it's intentionally crunchy in the beginning.
That's what I think.
That it is intentionally crunchy?
I don't know if it is or is not. Or if he was just like, I'm so lazy, I'm not going to pull the clip. I'm going to film it
on my computer.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe a 7.
Yeah, all right, let's do a 7.
And then funniness.
I got a good chuckle out of me. How about a 7?
A 7. That is a 14, and if I can actually make the numbers work. Come on. 28 years and I'm still... Why are you not working?
German A2 boy on chat says there is Yami-chan hentai. I never want to see it if there is. Don't ever show me that.
He's going to go home and Google it.
He's going to find it, yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Scary Omen, or Scary Omen, because he's got 2 R's. That's the wrong one. There we go.
When you recognize a fellow Lawnmower 4.0 user, you just give him a nice little smile there. I like that.
That is
it. What the fuck is going on with that guy on the left? Yeah.
just riding down the highway in a banana hammock.
You know this is Florida.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know this is Florida.
Definitely, 100%.
Nowhere else could this happen but Florida.
Imagine just like riding down the road and seeing that. What goes through your brain?
What do you think it feels like to feel, you know how they say like, oh my God, you ride a motorcycle to feel the wind through your hair? What about the wind through your toes?
That would be really that would be really weird.
Very unsettling to just feel the wind going through your toes like that.
Yeah.
I'd also just feel like my toes are about an inch away from death.
Yeah.
Guys, wear shoes when you ride. Holy shit. Wear a helmet, but like seriously, wear shoes. It just hurts wearing regular sneakers too.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Towing the shifter's not fun.
No.
All right, so for Scary Omen here, how about a quality?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
I agree.
Simple text, simple situation.
Funniness.
5.
A 5. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not super duper crazy.
Yeah.
Next up, Darth Dad. There we go.
Darth Dad here, me looking pleased as Peach, says that look when you smell the exhaust and dream of your Turbo Busa. I wish that was, you know what? You'd think that that's an ironic, kind of funny meme, but that's actually what I do.
It's true.
It happened today, didn't it?
It's true, yep.
Happened today. Yep. We don't want to give anything away, but this happened today.
So for Darth Dad here, quality.
It's gonna be so hard keeping all this under wraps, but yeah, you guys wait till the million, all right? Just wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You've already seen and heard some of it.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be legendary. All right, quality is I think a 4 as well.
A 4, yeah. It's just kind of text on screen. Funniness.
Pretty funny. How about a 5.5?
A 5.5. Let me make sure that we are showing everybody everything. Okay, so next up we have Rico with more picture stuff.
Colorblind Yami taking his traditional Texas blue bonnet pics. That's actually quite funny. Yeah. I wonder what a WR would look like to someone who is colorblind. Well, I guess the blue you would see, right?
Well, as somebody who is colorblind, I can see the blue.
That's why you didn't chuckle.
Yeah.
No, but he's making the joke as if the flowers in the back a colorblind person would assume is blue bonnets because they can't see the difference, but I guess they would see the difference, right?
See, the thing is with the way that this image has been reproduced, I know those flowers are yellow because I was there, but I can't see a lot of the yellow. So, yeah, it's just I don't see all the colors.
I remember when I brought you on and you were starting to edit videos, and then when we were doing like your sort of onboarding and kind of first sessions, and you're like, oh, by the way, I'm colorblind. And I was like, I just hired a colorblind editor. Awesome. I was like, he knows his memes and his motorcycles though, so this will work. But I just remember going back and forth on thumbnails with you, and I was like, no, this needs to be this color. And then you're like, I can't see it. I was like, God damn it. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so for Rico.
What's that pop-up that just came up?
Someone is trying to see the desktop remotely.
Oh.
Probably Whitney trying to get in and see some footage.
Yeah. Quality for this one, I would give it a 4, but I'm going to give it a 5 because it's, I think, a little more creative in the way that it used the image.
Yeah. And funniness.
Got a good chuckle out of me. You didn't get a good chuckle. I got a good chuckle. I'm going to give it a 6.
A little bit, just hit too close to home.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Magic Toaster.
Magic Toaster.
With a lot going on here.
Right,
with the wingdings.
We got the wingdings. Translation. This guy, oh, this is great. It's the copy pasta. This guy, if you don't know motorcycle tuning, don't talk about it. Yes, you can make a Gixxer 250 faster than an R6. Is it as reliable? Most likely not as much. But yes, you can make a bike just a lot faster and reliable. You just don't know. When you start on a 250, you don't have perspective. Here we start on a 50cc two-stroke, and it's a blast. That is such a good copy pasta.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it feels like a real copy pasta because it is a real copy pasta, but it's so like stream of consciousness and angry and like poorly written. I just love the bit where he's like, is it as reliable? Most likely not as much. Yeah, no shit. Oh, that's great. The
Somebody
editing
who
on
just
this phone is
clearly
crazy.
didn't understand.
No.
There's a lot happening in this image, though.
Yeah,
like, are those? I'm assuming those are weed leaves on the like a layer of just
maybe
pot leaves.
I didn't notice that. I just thought it was like like the Google Deep Dream thing. I thought maybe it was that, but then I looked closer and I didn't think it was. But yeah, it's kind of creative, I guess.
I like the translation into wingdings, though. That's nice. Okay, so for Magic Toaster,
quality. Let's how about a 6?
A 6.
We went for it.
And funniness.
6.5 for the copy pasta. I like that.
6.5. That is a 12.5 for Magic Toaster. Next up, we got Grem99.
Yam falling in love with giveaway bike. Accidentally loops it and keeps it. There's no way you think that's how that word is written, right? Accidentally? You're missing like 2 letters.
This is an indictment of the American public school system.
He also put something on the fork gator.
Yeah, it says Yam's baby.
Yam's baby. It is my baby. I love the WR. Okay. Let's rate it.
I'm sorry, Grem99. Quality.
I mean, he just stated the fact, right?
Yeah. And it was just text on screen.
2.
2.
You misspelled accidentally. You didn't even spell check your meme. Come on, man.
Next up, funniness.
2. I
2.
didn't get funny. Yeah, come on. Sorry.
Okay, now I know that Beastmaster would prefer I say Beastmaster, but you put the X's and I's in there, so I'm going to call it XI Beastmaster IX. Because
True Halo Xbox 360 gamer tag right there.
Yup.
Some good stuff.
Here we go. So this one is actually a video, so I got to back it up a little bit.
All right. I saw a Revzilla thing in there. Let's see where this goes. I do want to make a meme like that. You know the Dark Souls meme that it's like some fuck with a stick? I want to do that meme where it's like, who would win? Revzilla, biggest gear manufacturer in the world, biggest power sports distributor, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like some fucker with a YouTube channel.
We're coming for you,
Revzilla. With a WR. We are not coming for you, Revzilla. You stay in your lane, do your thing. We're not coming for you. Don't worry.
For quality here.
I like that a lot. That was some high qual, good effort.
Yeah.
Grabbed a bunch of different clips from Revzilla. I like the tight editing too to the weird song. I like that. How about an 8?
An 8.
That was good.
And funniness.
Got a good chuckle out of me. How about an 8?
An 8.
Yeah.
That is a solid 16. Our new first place. Next up, we have Owl Citizen. Oh, that is the wrong one.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay.
There we go.
What the fuck is that photo? It's a guy, like a naked buff cowboy dude on a horse. What you thinking about? I don't know. Turbo Busa stuff, I guess.
I really like this one.
It's the same energy. It's so weird. Man, that's strange.
You know what it reminds me of is the dudes in ladies' clothes on Panigales.
Oh, I love that spread.
Yep.
Yeah, the Google Calendar, or the calendar spread.
Yep.
It's so funny. This is surprisingly effective. Very silly, but good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
This is super funny. I like it.
All right, so quality here.
Quality's, I think, high because it used the meme in a funny way, kind of made its own meme with it, right? So how about a 7?
A 7.
Yeah.
And then funniness. This one's...
I think 8.5. That got a good chuckle out of me.
That is 15.5.
Nice.
Almost a tie for first place.
Yeah, with just a static image, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Green Knight with that calendar page.
Oh,
So
we're
there's-
gonna have to zoom in on that because I can't read it.
Yeah, so on the first, it's email rock form about lawnmower 4.0 mount. Then on the third, we have record list of why Royal Enfield are destroying our... I'm going to pull this up. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to pull it up in a...
Enhance.
Yeah. Let me find it in Discord. That is too small.
We're gonna have to reduce the quality score for that.
Well, don't reduce the quality score for that because I had to reduce it to make it fit in the video.
Ah, okay.
So that was from Green Knight. His is actually quite big. So,
Okay, never mind then.
alrighty. So make sure everybody's seeing it at home. You are. So there we go.
Says a record list of why Royal Enfields are disappointing fossils. On day 7, more ball shavers, question
Yep.
mark. Day 9, drive Gixxer 250 into lake. Day 10, have a serious talk about why people still don't know Spite. Day 12, jump WR over fallen...
Desert sled.
Fallen because metaphors. This is really good. 13, record top 10 Yami Noob lists. 14, redundantly or reductively? What is it?
Reluctantly.
Oh, reluctantly buy Fireblade instead of Super Duke. 16, shoot first impressions of Fireblade in first gear. Mm-hmm. Nice. 18, talk to therapist about
Yosemite Yam.
Yosemite Yam. This is so good. 21, get Whitney and Josh on Fireblade. 22, film turbo video, but turbo Gixxer 250 scrambler. What's weird about this is it does look similar to my calendar with some of the stuff. Like, we probably aren't we doing a Whitney and Josh Fireblade video? And
Yes.
this is weird, dude. 24,
Josh records lists of best bike in every category.
all
Modded
all
SV650s.
modded SV650s. 26, recorded Spite living with wretched Gixxer 250. We have to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know that one's coming down the pipe.
Funny. 29, refuel Turbo Busa with fresh squid blood. And day 30, design calendar for Yami Noob merch. Honestly,
Yes.
a lot of thought went into this.
Mm-hmm.
And to make it a calendar spread is a very funny way of using this image.
Yup.
That I would have not thought of.
I could totally see that being a calendar. Like,
Yeah.
get the Yami Noob team calendar going on.
We should make a Yami Noob calendar for 2022. That'd be hilarious. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure we could find enough like funny images
For sure.
from
For
all
sure
the
we
videos.
could. Yeah. Wow.
So for Green Knight here, quality.
Man,
I think it's pretty darn high.
I think it's pretty high. What do you think, like a 9 or 9.5? I
think like a 9.
a lot of thought and effort went into this.
Yeah,
It's each of the days are funny and they're different. I think a 9.5.
a 9.5.
Yeah.
Swinging for the fences, Green Knight. Funniness.
It got a good chuckle out of me too, honestly. I think an 8.5.
An 8.5. That is a solid 18 right there.
18. That's a high score.
Yeah, it is. Next up, we have Bad Assler, who usually comes correct.
He's
So
got
let's
some
see
ringers.
what he can handle here.
So it's me on the WR being sad in the fields, and
Yep.
then me being on the WR happy in the desert with the 4.0 in my hand.
Assuming that you have manscaped the entire landscape.
Wow, I manscaped the world. I manicured everything. I like that. Nice. I'm so glad I took those ugly blinkers off that bike.
They're fuck ugly.
Yeah, that motorcycle
Come
looks
on,
a lot better
Yamaha.
now.
Okay, so for Bad Assler here, quality.
Quality, it's a pretty high qual image. You know, good Photoshop effort, about a 7.
A 7. And funniness.
6.
A 6.
Get
Yeah.
a super big chuckle out of me.
Next up, we have Millennial Malaise.
William Malaise with the simple image just says, "Those idiots still think I looped this baby on accident." I wish. Well, actually, no, I don't wish because that'd be weird. But I just wish I was good enough at wheelies to not have looped it. But whatever, it is what it is.
You'll be good enough with wheelies to not loop something when you're done with the WR.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so for Millennial Malaise, quality.
I think this one's a 4.
A 4.
Yeah, it's simple image and text.
And funniness?
5.
A 5.
Middle of the road.
Next up, we got German A2 Boy, our last video, and he made a good one here. So,
Oh my god.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Oh, no way. Wow. Wait, we gotta hold the static on that last image.
yep.
You know, this alone would have been like, wow, I can't believe he went and did that, you know? But to show the whole process too and turn it into a video? Damn, dude.
German A2 Boy swinging for the fences
Really,
again.
that's honestly, that's high. That's a lot of effort.
Yep. I also like the music that he chose for it.
Is that a DR200? What is that? That bike? Or is it an old, what is that bike?
It looks like an XT, like a Yamaha. Like
maybe an old XT or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell. Definitely an old dual sport though. 100%.
I mean, this was a good one. This was a very good one.
That's very good. Yeah. I like the self-referential and the filming of himself making the meme. Very meta. Yeah. No, that's good. That's extremely good.
So, for quality on this one.
I think it's high.
Yeah.
You think like a 9?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think a 9.
And then funniness.
I'll let you tackle this one.
I mean, the desktop shot going back and forth between the
Yeah.
hentai thing and YouTube.
Yeah, that was good.
I think it's really good.
I think it is good, yeah.
I feel like
I think a 9.
a 9, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Which is a bummer because now that ties us.
That ties us.
With the calendar, but we're gonna have to make a runoff and see who wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, rounding us out, we have Cad Lad for me with...
Okay, roses are red, this motorcycle is blue. When I get 1 million subscribers, about the population of Delaware, I will turbo the stew.
Random Delaware fact for you.
Yeah, I did not know Delaware was that scarcely populated. That's like, 1 million is a little under the population of Austin.
Yeah.
That's a whole state, though. Only 1 million people live there? It's crazy. A lot of companies there, though, that's for sure.
It's mostly lobsters.
Yeah. Wonder what the lobster per capita is.
So, for Cad Lad for me, quality.
Think a 4.
A 4.
You know? Kind of middle of the road, text on screen.
And funniness?
Very funny. How about a 6?
A 6.
Yeah.
So now we have the major runoff here between German A2 Boy and the calendar.
My gut says it's got to be German A2 Boy.
I think so. The video...
Yeah.
I mean...
This feels like his Marc Marquez Saxon Ring moment. He
Yes.
has not won in a long time.
Yup.
And he has finally come back with something truly great. You know? I think he's first place.
Yeah, I agree. So that is...
But taking nothing away from Green Knight, that was a very creative and good post.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the Miguel Oliveira from Saxon Ring.
For sure.
He whooped up on everybody.
Yeah.
So
a handsome second place to him.
Yep. Well, that is the second place. And then third goes to XI Beastmaster XI because you have all the letters in there and I'm going to say them. So that
That's
is
third place.
Third place for you.
Sweet. And if you guys did not know, these folks are going to get themselves actual prizes, Revzilla gift cards and Yamanu merch and all kinds of fun stuff. So Spite's going to get with them and dole out their prizes. And thank you so much for hanging out with us for yet another Yamcast. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember, if you want to hang out with us live and check in on Discord and submit memes and stuff, only one place to do it. Go to yamanoob.co. We'll catch you later. Now, how you doing, partner? This video's over, but you click on this one right over here. You keep watching yourself some Yamanu. Maybe I bend my boost on this one. Maybe I'll give you some other funny memes or something like that. You might not know if you watch the video. So watch the video now, all right?